Hello, everybody. Welcome to a gamer log. You'll see some captions probably up on the screen. There was a little bit of editing. I was going to stream tonight, but I decided to do a gamer log, one that I haven't done in a while. I want to catch y'all up on some stuff I've added to my collection, know some things that have gone away from my collection, and just some big updates in that regard. So it has been a while since I've done these. There's been a lot going on in life, like a lot going on in life. My father was diagnosed with cancer a few months back, more than a few months back. Um, but he's been fighting it. He's been getting treatment. He's looking really good, doing good. So we're really hopeful that everything's, going to be good from here. Now, I knock on wood because I'm a bit superstitious when it comes to people's health, especially people that are close to me and I love. So there's that. But that's why things have been pretty slow um, as of recently. Now, there will be a Halloween stream coming up as of this recording. But there's also been other things. I just paid down on a house, now a homeowner technically, but it's a place I got for my family, for my folks to retire to. It's a bit of a humble thing in regards to you know where it's located, what it is. It's a manufactured home. It's a little older, but you know what? It works for them, and they're happy. They're content. So there's that. That's essentially some of the biggest things. My sister is now back in my life. I've made some previous vlogs talking about her and the impact, a negative impact that hit me a while back. Those are here on the channel. I'm not gonna, outline them or link them, but um, I did some vlogs where I vented about it. But and I'm really proud of my sister. I love her. She's back in my life. She's rebuilding her life, um, and she's doing good. So there's that. I've also got Lady Psylocke in my life, who, you know, we have been we've been such a strong pillar in each other's lives for over a few years now. We're best friends. I mean, we're closer than best friends. We're we're best friends. She's my girlfriend, my future wife. Just we haven't gotten there yet. I haven't dropped the question yet, but it's not like we haven't talked about it. And so she is my life partner. I'm soul bound in Warcraft terms to her. So there's that. That's what's been going on. I've had support. I've been dealing with depression. I was diagnosed with ADHD. Um, ADHD. Yeah, I can't think. And yeah, ADHD. There's a subtype, but I forget what it's called. I'll think of it later. So there's that, and I've also, of course, been dealing with my bipolar. So psoriasis is doing good, so on and so forth. So just a heads up, you're a few minutes into this video. We're going to be here for a bit. I don't know how long it's going to be, maybe 20 minutes at the most. But I got a lot of updating to do, especially on the gaming front. So as you can see behind me, things are a work in progress. I still have yet to do a room tour, but I still got to do some additions before I do that. So we'll get there. But I'm also going to apologize for the quality of the video because for some odd reason, I think it might be the cabling, to be honest. It's a little grainy. So there's that. But the sound's turning out okay. So it's not bad. This is a Barracuda X? Yeah, Razer Barracuda X 2.4. So I got this on a whim. I needed something for the computer. I have my I forget the name. I'm so bad with names. I have my more premier headset hooked up to my PS5 that I use to stream with console streams, and the PS5 supports Dolby Atmos, and those things are amazing. Those headphones are amazing. These are a lot more comfortable, but the ones in there are amazing. So anyway, with that said, it's just some random updates. Now let's get to the gamer stuff, the collector stuff, the creme de la creme. Creme a la creme. You know what I mean? First up, new pops, and I'll let you know what pops I've gotten rid of. Actually, let me go and do that. I had 4 Indiana Jones set of pops that I got rid of. I got rid of 99% of my DC pops. DC's been a big note here because, for many reasons, I've shifted away from DC. I'm still a fan, still a bit of a fanboy in some regards, but I've shifted away from DC. Been a lot of drama there. And I've just, I've shifted my sights elsewhere, obviously, to Street Fighter and Final Fantasy, which reminds me I need to show you something else. But in a separate video, I'm going to show you some art books that I got my hands on. I've shifted away from Overwatch. As of the last month and a half, I'm shifting away from World of Warcraft. So, there's been changes in my core gaming world. And I've been mostly digging Final Fantasy and Street Fighter lately, which has always been a love in my life, and I don't think it'll ever disappoint me. They could totally fuck up a game, and I don't think it would disappoint me. So there's that. Now, in terms of Lady Psylocke and I, when it comes to stuff that we like to collect, like as a couple, Kirby is a big part of that. It mostly revolves around Nintendo. She likes Street Fighter stuff too. There's also Marvel things. I've got cards that I've been adding. And I have also been collecting Baldur's Gate D&D Magic cards. I'm not collecting physical Magic cards anymore. I'm still playing Arena digitally. But I've been trying to get some of the D&D character cards. I've gotten like 9 of them, 3 art prints, which are really cool. Lady Psylocke found them. We were at a local shop. Trying to think of what else. Street Fighter cards. I've got some Marvel cards, which is mostly what is it? Doctor Strange. There's some Venom. Anyway, stuff along that. The biggest chunk of my card collection right now, though, is Final Fantasy. Those are expensive, and it's so hard to find them locally. I've got to get them off Amazon because you can find the big stuff around here. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic. Everything else, but Final Fantasy is such a specific and well-guarded license that it's hard to find any locally. Now, I'm hoping to find some Final Fantasy stuff at the convention that we're going to, actually in about 4 days, which I'm so excited for. I'm so excited because I can't wait to get out of town. It feels like at times, you go crazy at home. Also, forgive my beard, random, but I look a little rough. But anyway, I'm hoping to find that. I'm also hoping to find some new Street Fighter stuff. And you can't see it. I've got a bit of a Street Fighter shrine going on over here. And again, I'll show that in the room tour, but that stuff I've got it set up in a good way. I don't want to move it. I don't want to touch it. I do need to dust it. So, there's that. And of course, I got my bike in the back working out. So, I don't think anything in here has been added that's new. I got my Goomba. I got Psylocke. That is my signed Buffy comic. It's inside a box. It's got a bunch of Buffy comics in it. And Cyberpunk right up in here. Of course, we got Aerith, which I got off Amazon. I saw that. That was on special for $80. Normally, I think it was $139. I went ahead and bought that. I got that while I was in Dallas. So, I'm getting everything worked out here. Anyway, with that said, let's get into some of the physical things that I have acquired recently. Actually, one of them I acquired in Dallas, and I don't know if I've ever showed this off. And it's kind of worn now. I've been using it for, I don't know. Oh, also PlayStation. PlayStation is another thing that's always been a gaming pillar in my life. That'll never change. Again, even if they fucked up, I'm that much of a groupie, I guess you could say. But that'll be my wallet. PlayStation wallet. I got this at work when I worked for a company in Dallas, and that shall remain unnamed. But I won it in a drawing, and it is so cool. That is metal. I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, it's a metal PlayStation. It's a little awkward in the pocket when I first started using it, but it's a premier item. Okay, so there's that. Let's get to some pops for a minute. I picked this guy up the other day. Where were we? I think we're at another local GameStop. It wasn't GameStop. It was GXC over in where do we go? Longview, over in Longview, Texas, and in East Texas, basically. And this is Hercules pop number 1329. It's him with the little Hercules in the movie. Where he says, "I'm an action figure," and then he squeezes it and it picks out. And then, of course, later in the movie, Meg Meg was talking to him, and he's like, "Do you do you think your trainer would something? I don't know. I can't remember. It's a favorite movie though." Um, and apparently, when Lady Saddleback and I first started dating, and she may kill me for mentioning this, but she used to secretly refer to me as Wonder Boy, and that's what they call Hercules in the movie. So it was really cool. Now she said that um, she may have just been being nice, but no, I think she was being totally honest and candid about that. She never called me that person, but it's probably kind of a secret pet name from time to time. Um, I never really had anything like that for her. I thought I could remember. I might have told her, and I just don't remember what I told her. My brain's just been all over the place lately. I mean, with everything going on, I've been stressed. Like I've been having trouble remembering small details. But then again, mental struggles. So that could be what it was. I have called her my lady every so often, my lady or something like that. Anyway, little pet names. Moving on. Um, I got a Kuma from Street Fighter. He's in really good condition. Decent price too. It wasn't too bad. But yeah, so I've got him. I've also got one that's out of the box that I found. He's over here in all this. So that's him. And then next up, I just got this in the mail. She's a bit damaged. I think she's secondhand. I got to be kind of careful too because it's kind of sharp. But I got Cammy from Street Fighter. She's always been a favorite character. I was always really aggressive with her in X-Men. Was it X-Men versus Street Fighter or Marvel versus Capcom in the arcade? Place I used to work had a small arcade, a couple of arcade cabinets. One of them was a Marvel versus Street Fighter game, but I don't remember which title. Um, so she was always my go-to. I got some advice from a friend of mine. He ran or still runs his own arcade, and he said, you're a really aggressive Cammy fighter. And, I whooped him a couple of times. He's a veteran Street Fighter player, much like me, but I was more console. He was more arcade. He said, you're really aggressive, but you got to watch that because if you've got a long, drawn out fight, you're going to keep coming at people and you're going to run out of stamina really quick, like physically, because I'm all over the joystick, giggity, when I'm at an arcade. I'm the same way on a controller, though, too. But over time, I've learned to pace myself a bit and block more. I don't know if you all have noticed that in the streams as compared to past streams if you're a regular here on the channel, but I've learned to block more and dodge, especially with Sakura. Sakura is my go-to right now. It's crazy. Honestly, my moves, my combos are kind of basic with her, but man, she's got this amazing uppercut. I forget what it's referred to as, but she's got a missile shield. If you ever watch the Sakura animations in my streams when I'm fighting with her, and she zooms across the stage with an uppercut, and it's like a multi-hit combo. It's like 7 hits. She's got a missile shield. You'll see this like white cloud like float out and towards the enemy. That's a shield. So if, for example, Ryu is Hadouken is coming at me, it blocks it. It's also great on the Abyss fight too during the second phase when all the bubbles come out and they can capture you. I just figured out the other day you can uppercut through those too. So listen, I mean, she's not overpowered, but she's a great fighter, and I love the character. So I've also got a Sakura character over here too, but I found her at a local game store. So anyway, bragging on the Street Fighter stuff. Next up, I was able to find a Mew, little Mew figure. It's not a pop. This is actually, what is this? Jazzwares Pokemon Select. It's a vinyl figure. I'm not going to take it out of the box, but he's really cool. That is another thing that I got rid of. I don't know if y'all ever saw or if I ever showed it. I had it's about the size of Charizard. Charizard's over here on the side, by the way. I still have him. But I had like almost what I think would be a life-size Mew. I'd have to look up Mew's measurements. I don't know how big he is, but it's pretty big. I mean, this thing had to be at least 2.5 feet, give or take. But I ended up selling it. because I've been trying to minimize here in the office. I've done it a couple of times throughout the years, and it broke my heart. But he was just sitting in my closet, you know. Um, him and another Pokemon I had that I sold. I forget who. Oh, Eevee. I had a holiday Eevee that I sold off about the same size. Now Charizard, I'll never get rid of. He's been with the channel for a long time. He's been in the background. He's been always there for me. He's not something I sleep with at night or whatnot, but um, I do need to fluff him up a bit. Giggity. That's a old school term in a certain niche that I am not using in that way. But he's got the way he's built as this large plush is like the filling inside will settle, and certain parts of the build of the body will start to get weak, including the neck. So you got to kind of, you know, get it situated better. So that's something I added and something I got rid of. The next addition was this World of Warcraft mug. This is Alliance. I saw this, had to have it. I do have a box. It did come in a box, so but this is really cool. Um, I left the guild. I didn't leave the guild, but I'm not guild master anymore in World of Warcraft Revenants. Um, that was not an easy decision at all. But with everything that's been going on, I couldn't be a good guild master. I couldn't be dedicated. I gave it a shot. I recruited people. I got some decent people in there, but I can never rebuild to what I want it to be or what I would have liked to have seen it to be. Now it's always a family in there. In fact, myself and another guild member, we post in there. She just got married. Congrats to her. I don't think she knows about my channel, but she was always really cool. And it was just really cool that when I left, or before I left, a guild member was sharing them getting married. And see, that's where it went to back in the day, because the golden age of the guild Revenants was back in Lich King, when we downed the Lich King about 2 months before the next expansion came out, and everybody rallied to get it done. I'll never forget that. I've had guildies that passed, good friends. One died of cancer. I knew of another that was having an affair with another guildie. There's been all kinds of stuff. Trolls have popped up. Friends have come and gone. You know, they're still friends, but they're not in WoW anymore. There's this meme that says there's at some point in your life, you're hanging out with an online friend, and they logged out for the last time. Or they logged in for the last time, something like that. So, you know, it wasn't easy, but I'm still playing every so often. I don't know. I got to be in the right mood. Although I haven't logged in like 3 weeks. So, as of this recording. Moving on. Next thing I got, because I'm a big DK fan, I got this guy. And this is a 2-piece set, but I'm leaving it in here just because I can just flip it. But he's the one I wanted to get. Donkey Kong's always been my favorite fighter in Smash Brothers, Mario Kart. I especially loved him in the movie with Seth Rogen. I think he did pretty good. So, yeah. Pick this up. You'll see it in the background at some point. I'm still working on The Office. Next up, I got a few more things. We're probably going to go longer than 20 minutes. Still got the price on it, but Madden 24. I've been streaming this. I've got the digital edition because I'm subscribed to the EA service, but now that I have a physical copy, I can cancel that. I'm not the biggest EA guy, but it's got everything with it. So it was a good find, and it was only $14. That's a good thing about Madden games. You know, it's a really good thing about, and the curse of Madden games is that if you buy secondhand, you're always going to find the previous year for about 80% of the cost of the newest one. So, and I got a fucking awesome team going on here too, with Mitchell Senior quarterbacking for the Cowboys, kicking ass. A lot more than the actual Cowboys are doing this year, as of this recording. Next up, 2 of these are mine. One of them is Lady Psylocke that I need to clean up. But I most recently picked up San Francisco Rush on Nintendo 64. This and Rush 2049 are such great racing games than they were back then. They had stunt tracks where you could just drive, fall off, and it's like low gravity, and you're just like driving around. It was great. One I've yet to get is Excitebike 64, which I need to get. One feature in that game that I always used to love, there was an endless desert that you could drive through. And it would randomly create dunes and hills, just drive around and do all kinds of random shit. It was just really fun. So that's Rush. That's what I really enjoyed about Rush. Um, Next is a classic, Cruisin' USA. The label's a little rough, but the cartridge overall is in good condition, good contact. You always want to check the contacts on these things. The contact is where the game makes contact with the actual console for data flow for it to recognize a game. You want to make sure that, I don't know if I can do it, but inside, right in here, you see the little gold contacts that are like little bars. You always want to make sure that none of those are damaged, because if they're damaged, whew, getting winded, sorry. It's been a long day, like a very emotionally draining day, but I wanted to do one of these. I kept getting cussed at work by a client, and it was one of the most negative fucking things I had ever been through in a while. Non-family related anyway. So anyway, always check the contacts. You'll see little gold bars in this, NES, Super NES, Sega, uh, all kinds of stuff. Oh, speaking of which, I need to show something else as well. I'll get to that in just a minute. Um, so that's those. Now this is Lady Psylocke's. And I think I talked her into getting this. I think I could be wrong, but Wave Race 64. I don't remember if she was looking for this personally and then we found it, or if it was a recommendation. Um, yeah, this was a really cool find. Sticker's a little rough, but get all that crud off of it. It's gonna make a pretty decent cartridge, and it wasn't that expensive either. I think I honestly don't remember. I think it was like $10, so wasn't that bad. And again, contacts are good. Then he dusted off, but and that was a good find. Okay, let me grab something real quick. I'll be right back. Um, I wanted to get one of these for a while. There's also something else I wanted to get, and it's related. But I was able to get a good price on it, and it's in excellent condition. It's amazing, actually. Um, the only problem I have is that, and I'll show you here in a bit, it's a Sega Saturn. And again, really good condition. Inside is clean, very clean. I did clean it up a little bit, but it didn't need it a whole lot. Input is clean. I don't know if you can see that in there. I can't get a really good shot of it. The controller ports are good, no damage. The back is good, no damage. Underside is clean. A little bit of some weird bubbling here, but other than that, the thing's amazing. The reason I mention this is because, again, it was a great find. And I've always wanted a Sega CD, but I couldn't get a Sega CD because Sega CDs, as of right now, are more expensive than Sega Saturns. So, but Sega Saturns are more expensive than Sega Dreamcast. So there's that. That was an awesome find. Now, the secondary thing I want to get. Sorry, hold on. Okay, the secondary thing I want to show you, I actually showed you in a previous gamer log, but I want to go ahead and open it. Or do I want to? And this is my conundrum, because I do want to open this thing. I want to see what's inside. There is some tearing on it. And again, this thing's kind of rough, but this looks like it is the original seal. I just don't know if I want to open it. I don't know. I mean, I've thought about it. I want to see the greatness inside. You know what? Let's do it. I'm probably gonna get like, oh, dude, no. But I'm gonna keep this. I'll never trade it. I'm gonna keep it. And we'll take a look underneath the dressing, as it were. So I'll try to do this live, or best shot I can with the camera. Go ahead and take this off. Take it off. So obviously that's the front of it. Again, it's in decent condition, but it's got a tear right there. And it is bowed in a little bit, but that's to be expected. Here's the actual look on the tin survival kit. Now that I think about it, this actually kind of looks like one of the first aid kits that you get in the game. It's not like an actual kit that heals you, but you find different items in them. So let me go and open this up. Oh, it flips. It flips up. Look at that. It flips open. That's cool. Okay, so I'll try to do this where you can see it. Here is the actual game, obviously, in good condition. That's still sealed. Ooh, okay, that makes me question whether I should have opened this or not. Tomb Raider original soundtrack, still sealed. I'm gonna try to show this. It's got a DLC code. Yeah, DLC content. I might have already shown it. That's alright. What else we got here? This is a map of Yamatai, I think. Is that the map? And then it's got the lithograph, which is really fucking awesome. Look at that. That's fantastic. I've always been a big fan of Tomb Raider. It's not as heavy as Final Fantasy or Street Fighter, but it's definitely one of the higher ranking series in my life, especially after 2013. And here, we're gonna get this out. What is this? Oh, Clark. Okay, let me close this up real quick. Sorry for the sound. Here's the figure. Now, is she sealed? Can I open this up? Let's go and try to get her out of here. I don't know if y'all have ever seen my teeth. I'm losing my teeth. It's not fun. I gotta get full dentures next year. Okay, so she's fully posable. I think. Yeah, boy, it's a little stiff though. It hasn't been used in a while, if ever. She kind of looks like Pinocchio. Like when you look at the joints. I'm a real survivor. But no, the face though. Let's see if I can. I'll never get good at this. The face is kind of creepy, but still, it could be worse. So I don't know. It's really cool. Definitely opposable. I just don't want to pose her too much because she still feels kind of stiff. Also, I don't know about the hip placement here. Like the way her hips bow forward, it seems kind of unnatural. But or at least the lower torso bows forward. But anyway, still really cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put her back. But that's essentially it. She is the fin of the video, so to speak. That's a bit of an island joke. Islands on the ocean, sharks in the ocean, fin. It is what it is. My dad humor with a stretch. But y'all, we're going on half an hour. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. If you made it to the end here, I always appreciate y'all. Be sure to give your input, especially if you've added to your collection. Next video, we're going to do art books. I'll show you what I've gathered. There's been a few. I've also been trying to find some strategy guides. Haven't been able to find any strategy guides. It's sadly a dying medium. One note to end this, I did have a Haunting Ground strategy guide. One of the most expensive items that has ever been in my collection. I didn't even know it. But Haunting Ground was a Capcom game, much like Resident Evil or in the realm of Silent Hill. It was a cool game. Like, it was just a girl and her dog trying to escape a house where this master wanted to impregnate her and fulfill a prophecy or something. Anyway, that's a really cool game. I still need to find a copy of the game to get my hands on it, but I can only guess it's insanely expensive because the strategy guide, which apparently had very few publications, I had it for like 10 years sitting in my collection because I got halfway through the game, but I never beat it. It's the one exception of my collector's guide, a strategy guide rule, that I always kept the strategy guide as a trophy if I beat the game, right? Kind of a weird little achievement. But it was $200. The damn thing was worth $200. And mine wasn't immaculate, but it was in significantly good condition. Not perfect, but really good condition. So I ended up getting rid of it for financial reasons. I do regret it, but at the same time, it did help in a real life situation. So the sacrifice is justified. But there's that. But next video, I'll show you some of the books I've come across, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay sane. Remember, you're awesome. Never let the world tell you otherwise. And I'll see you later. Peace.